And we are live. Good evening, everybody, or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever part of the world you're watching or will be watching. Uh, Welcome to my business page. I am Annalisa, and I'm a digital business owner and mentor. And I help people globally setting up their own digital business. Um, and I am very happy to go live today with a particular guest because, guys, you have to know that this woman is a fearless architect of her destiny. She's a woman that chooses courage over comfort and the freedom over fear. And she's a living proof that reinventing a life from scratch is always possible. And without further ado, I am very happy to welcome Deborah all the way from Jamaica.
Hello. Hi,
Ciao,
Annalisa.
Deborah. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And first of all, I would like to thank you for having accepted my invitation to be interviewed by me.
Thank
And
you for having me.
I am really very happy. And Deborah, you really have an amazing personal story. And I think that your story can inspire so many people doubting, so many people that maybe are in a situation in their lives where they want a change and they are full of doubts and they don't know what to do. And so, could you please tell us who is Deborah and your amazing story?
Okay. So, as Annalisa said, my name is Deborah King. I'm originally from the UK, but I actually travel a lot, and I'm here in Jamaica right now. I hope it's not too windy for you guys. It's quite windy day.
It's okay, it's okay.
Okay, good. So, how I got to Jamaica and how I got to traveling. I'm a former finance officer. I used to be a finance officer back in the UK. Oh, first of all, let me just quickly introduce myself properly. I'm married to my wonderful husband. I have a son who is about to become a father, and I'm so excited to be a grandmother. I'm an online business owner and mentor. And how I got here, as I said, I was working as a finance officer. I'm also a Reiki practitioner, Reiki master. So while I was doing my full time job as a finance officer, I was doing Reiki healing on the side. And one evening, I did a Reiki healing treatment for a friend. And I've told this story so many times, but for your viewers and your followers, I'm going to explain it all again.
Please,
I
please.
I actually fainted while giving a healing treatment to my friend, and I passed out for about 2 minutes. And when I came through, I didn't know what had happened to me. I've never fainted before in my entire life. And when I came through, when I woke up out of it, my son and my friend were standing over me, and I didn't know what had happened. It was such a frightening experience. And when they tried to get me up, I couldn't get up. My legs were like jelly, and the room was just spinning like that. And it's the most frightening experience I think I've ever had. And they called the paramedics out. The paramedics came out. They put me to bed, took my blood pressure. My blood pressure was a little bit low, but apart from that, they couldn't find anything else wrong with me. So that was the start of my whole transformation journey. I ended up being at home for 7 months, 7 months away from work. In the beginning, I found it really, really difficult to be at home and not working. I felt a little bit guilty actually. I thought I need to be at work. I need to be doing my job. And I couldn't get that out of my mind. But gradually, as the 7 months progressed, I realized that, you know what, I just need to just be. I personally think that God, the universe, put me in that situation to reevaluate my life. And that's exactly what I did. I reevaluated my life. I had a lot of time to think about things, 7 whole months at home. What do you do, right?
Yeah.
So I'm a writer, so I wrote a lot. I did a lot of meditations. I spent a lot of time by myself, and I came to the conclusion that, do you know what? I do not want to be a finance officer anymore. I don't want to work for anybody else anymore. I want to be free to live my life the way that God intended. And that is just being free and living your wholesome self. And I couldn't do that if I was getting up at the crack of dawn every morning, going into a job that wasn't really feeding my soul, coming home, feeling tired, repeat, 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 right? So I didn't want that anymore. And I didn't know how I was going to actually get out of that situation. So 7 months later, I went back to work. I walked into my office and I stood there, and something came over me. And Elisa, something came over me. I stood there and I just burst into tears. And I'm not talking about just little tiny tears. I'm talking about really crying my eyes out. And everyone around me was like, "What is wrong with you, Deb? What's going on?" And I couldn't speak. I was crying so much I couldn't speak. So my boss walked in at that moment, and she's all over me. She dragged me into her office and she sat me down. It took me about 5 minutes before I could actually speak to her. And I said to her, I am so sorry. I can't do this anymore. I can't work here anymore. I want to write. I want to concentrate on my Reiki. I want to travel and I just want to live my life. And she totally understood. And
Uh-huh.
and I got her back in. She said, if I was in your shoes, I would be doing the same thing.
Uh-huh.
So that afternoon, I wrote my resignation letter and I handed it over to her. And Annalisa, that feeling of handing in your notice, oh
Yeah.
my God, I felt so light within my body. I stopped crying totally. I just felt like I had that experience, like an enlightening experience.
Yeah.
And to think I didn't know what I was going to go and do. I had a mortgage to pay. I have my son there. I mean, he was a man. He's a young man, so I mean, I know he could look after himself. But I
How
didn't
old,
know.
how old was your son at that time?
My son was 27 at the time. So I spoke to him about it, and he says, "Mum, just follow your heart, follow your dreams. I will be fine." So um, I handed in my notice, and that was the best feeling ever. And I didn't know where I was going to go on to. I was going on pure faith because I had a mortgage to pay. I had a house. You know, I had all these things that I needed to sort out
Yeah.
before I left. So I was going purely on faith. And
Hmm.
I knew deep down in my heart, if I did not leave that job, I would probably still be there now, and I would probably be there until I retire. And you know, they're putting the retirement age up all the
Oh,
time.
yeah. Yes, I know.
So yeah, I did not want to do that. So I know that's a long one, but that's my story in a nutshell. I could like go on and on and on and on, but in a nutshell, that's how I got here, Jamaica.
Maybe something I was thinking now. Maybe your Reiki thing helped you in taking this decision. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so because the thing is making a bold decision like that, you have to kind of be strong in yourself, and you have to have faith that everything is going to work out, because we all have this, not all of us, but some of us have this fear inside of us that stops us from making those decisions and stops us from moving forward.
Yeah.
But like, for me, I was actually more afraid of staying than leaving, because I knew that's not the life that I wanted, and I was willing to do anything it took, within reason, obviously. I was willing to do anything it took for me to get that life that I wanted, and I
Yeah.
didn't see anything wrong with that. You know, I think we're all on this earth to live an abundant and joyful life,
Yeah.
honestly.
I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah.
And with this bold decision that you took in your life, I was thinking that maybe compared to what you did in your life, maybe starting an online business is peanuts compared to everything. Go through the ocean, go to Jamaica, travel the mortgage and the sun and stuff like that. So I was wondering, maybe also the people watching us are wondering, but when you came across to this digital business, first of all, why you decided to start this digital business? Well, I guess that is because you were also looking for something you didn't have a job anymore. But anyway, you will tell us. But when you decided to start at the beginning, did you have any fear or difficulties, and how did you overcome that?
Yeah. Well, the reason I started was I was traveling at the time, and obviously to travel you need money, right? So I've given up my job. It's like, what do I do now? So I knew I wanted to work online, but I didn't know what that was going to look like, because I have no clue. Well, I had no clue about running an online business, so I needed somebody to show me how to do it. So I have a dream board, and I put on my dream board online business, and I left it at that. And literally 3 days later, I found this online business. It was amazing. And it's like, as soon as I saw it, I knew. I was like, yes, I was a little bit nervous, because I'm thinking, oh my God, I don't know how to run an online business, but you know about the training. The training teaches you like every step of the
Yeah.
way. So I thought, yes, let me dive in and try this business. Yes, I was a little nervous, as I said, because we have doubts. We have those doubts that creep in our minds, don't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So but for me, I just thought, do you know what? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I had that mentality the same as when I left my job. If I don't do this, then I'm never going to know. So I dived in. I dived in as nervous as heck, and a little bit skeptical too. But I thought, you know what? If I don't try this, I'm never going to know. So here I am, 3 years later.
Exactly. And we have Natasha from Spain. Ciao, Natasha. Thank you for watching.
Hi, Natasha.
Natasha is our friend from Spain, digital business owner as well. Amazing Natasha. She has really transformed. She in these months,
Yeah.
uh, Natasha. And okay, so we all started from zero because we didn't have any experience in a business before, online business. Personally, I don't know you, but personally, I'm not tech savvy. I was not, and I'm still not tech savvy. Sorry. And do you think that to start this online business, we must have any particular skill or capabilities or something, or a personal characteristic that uh, help to start a digital business and to be successful?
Mm. I think you have to have a willingness to learn, and be open to learn new things. Now, for me, the let me think, because we do a lot of videos in our online business, don't we, and things like that. So I used to do that when I was traveling. So for me, that was something that was like quite easy for me to do, but it's not just about the videos, is it? It's not just about that. But the characteristics, yes, just a willingness to learn and be open for coaching as well,
Yeah,
because with this online business, everybody has a coach, so you have to be willing to learn from somebody else and be open to that. That's what I think.
yeah, absolutely. And it's not a get rich quick scheme.
No.
It is something that has to be nurtured. Uh, it's growing day by day, month by month. And then everybody's journey is different depending on how
Yeah.
much effort, time uh,
Yeah.
you dedicate. And you have to be willing to learn. You cannot, mm, how can I say, skip steps. Uh,
Mm.
Actually, now our training is made in a way that you cannot skip steps anymore.
Exactly. And I also think you have to have that drive as well. You can't come into a business and just sit there and do nothing. You have to have that drive and determination to
Yeah,
want to succeed.
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
But then also we learn while having fun, because now we are from time to time launching the new challenges.
Yes.
Pardon me. And we learn, and we get more familiar with uh, making lives, making videos, making reels. So we grow while having fun. And we have our amazing Tina Willis from the UK. Ciao, Tina.
Hi, Tina. Lovely to see you.
Amazing. Yeah. And okay, so next thing that I want to ask you, how many years are you in the business?
I've been in the business now for 3 years, just over 3 years.
Okay, so what has been the most rewarding moment for you in these
Ooh.
years?
The most rewarding moment for me, I would probably say when I reached 3A, because we have different milestones, and for
Yeah,
anybody that's watching, we have different milestones that we achieve in this business. And when I got to 3A, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like kind of halfway there now.
hmm,
I was like really proud of myself for getting to that point.
yeah,
It's such an achievement, and it just made me feel that okay, I can do this. I can do this. I got to keep going. If I can get to 3A, then I can get to 6A, and I can go beyond.
yeah.
And yeah, that was my moment.
But you hit, if I'm not wrong, the fourth milestone this year.
I did, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
4A now, yeah. Yeah. But
Wow.
that 3A was the one. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
I was proud of myself obviously when I got to 4A. That was exciting, but the 3A for me was that moment, was like, yay.
yeah. And from the personal growth point of view, what do your most rewarding moment? Because for me, for example, I'm a very I was, I shall say, a very shy person. And I'm just 1 year in the business. Actually, I will be celebrating 1 year soon at the end of the month. And I was really a shy person. But I was also shy when I was going live on stage with my band. Can you believe a lead guitar player
I
is
know, and you're shy. You don't, definitely
shy?
not on stage.
You cannot really figure it out.
No, I can't.
I swear I was like that. And
Tina,
I have to say that thanks to this business, now I'm really going on stage. Yeah, I'm here.
that's what it does. That's
Yeah,
what it does to you.
so
And
this is the most rewarding thing so far.
I can say with the hand on my heart, I'm shy. Like I was so shy. When I was younger growing up, I was the quietest person ever. I wouldn't speak to anybody. But as the years have gone on, I've obviously spoken up. But this business is what made me come out of my shell. Honestly, this business, the personal growth that you get from this business is not just about the finances. And I will always say this, the personal growth that you get from doing this business is just undescribable. And for me, it's the best feeling ever when you can just come on something like this. Thanks for inviting me, Annalisa. Come on something like this and just speak and express myself. I never was able to do that before this business at all. Believe it or not, viewers, I couldn't do it.
Me too. I couldn't do it. And Tina is saying, "You're not shy anymore, Annalisa." Yes, I'm not anymore. I'm so happy for that. And then Tina is also saying, "So much growth."
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. I always say that we didn't just found a digital business. It's so much more. It's so much personal growth and the people, the amazing people. And in fact, I want to ask you,
Yes.
what do you like most of this business, and what surprised you most of this business?
Oh, I'm going to go back to what I was just talking about. That's what I love about this business is the personal growth. And what I like most is that we have opportunities like this to share our story. We have different groups upon groups in this online business. We have law of attraction group,
Yeah.
which we get to come on with the lovely Tina Willis. We have a law of attraction group where we come on and we talk about mindset, personal growth, all of that, and it helps you grow as a person. So for me, that's just one of the things that I just love about this business, because it has helped me so much, and I'm always so grateful for the leaders in this business.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. The personal growth is really amazing. You really see people changing
Yeah,
and becoming really the best versions of themselves because we this business is really mm, through the challenges. But when we say challenge, it's not a big thing. I mean, it can be just a little steps towards the goal that we want
yeah,
to reach, and being constantly in becoming the best version of ourselves. We
yeah,
grow, we develop resilience, not just for the business, but also for our life. Do you know another thing that for which I have to thank this business for? I am doing this business as a side hustle alongside my full-time job in corporate world. And corporate world is sometimes really challenging.
yes,
Life is very stressful, and I'm a very quiet person, calm and stuff like that. But sometimes it's really hard for me to keep quiet and to stay calm because there is so much stress for the things that you have to do, the emails and your boss that is
yeah,
asking things within those very short time frames and stuff like that. And thanks to this business, I have learned to let go
yeah,
because sometimes we are a lot of people. We are about only in Italy we are about 400 people in the company, and sometimes there are also colleagues that are not very nice. They like to create problems, and they do it on purpose. I have to say that there are also a lot of good people, of course, but sometimes also there are strange situations that put much more stress on me. And thanks to this business, I just let go. And I have learned to uh, face those moments in a different way because I cannot, there are things that are beyond my control. I cannot control my colleague that comes and is being nasty with me.
yeah,
But what I can control is my way of facing a situation like that.
yeah, absolutely.
And whenever uh, I have, one particular colleague that is behaving like that, inside myself, I say, okay, this is a movie that I have already seen so much times. So I just let go. Okay, I've
Yeah.
already seen this. Go, okay, go. And I have to thank this business for this, really.
You,
I've really changed.
you know, another great thing is the community in this business as well, which I forgot to mention. The community in this business is so amazing. It's like we all lean on each other and we all help each other grow. It's not one of those businesses where you just come into the business and then you're just left to it on your own. There's a whole community
Yeah,
out there where you can reach out and meet people that you've never met before in your life, and you're all doing the same thing.
absolutely. I really love when we meet with our Zooms of law of attraction and
Yeah,
trailblazers Zoom. I could not attend the last one, but I saw the replay.
yeah,
And I really like meet when we meet all together because there's personal growth, there is sharing
mhm,
experience, there is sharing thoughts, and there is laugh as well. There are tears sometimes.
Yeah, yeah,
We get emotional.
that's right.
Yeah, yeah, amazing. And speaking about, you mentioned the law of attraction, and it is very important for us, all those sessions of attraction, to keep the right mindset. And we have learned also to practice gratitude. Gratitude was something that I wasn't really practicing. I was, maybe I was practicing gratitude in my subconscious without knowing that, but
Yeah.
now I'm really practicing, even saying thank you every day. I do it at the end of the day when I go to bed before closing my eyes and falling asleep. I practice my gratitude for all that I had in my day. And if you think of saying thank you to somebody, who would you say thank you to?
Oh, in the business,
Yes.
I there's a few people actually. Okay, I'm going to start with Mike and Darren,
Yeah,
the founders of this business. I would love to thank them, and one day I will be thanking them in person. I will give them a massive hug from me, because if they hadn't created this business, then I wouldn't be where I am today, for
yeah,
sure. So a massive thank
yeah.
you to
They're
them.
amazing, man. Really amazing.
They are very selfless. They're very selfless men, and they are here for a purpose, and they are fulfilling their purpose because they're helping thousands and thousands of people change their lives. So a big thank you to them.
Yeah, yeah. I take it to yourself, I guess, to ourselves,
Yes.
because at the end of the day, what we reach, we are supported by the community and by our coaches and mentors. Absolutely, without their help, I'm sure
Yeah.
we would
I
not
mean,
be.
I have a long list of people I can thank, but
Yeah, yeah. No, no, but it's just
yeah.
to say that yes, we have long lists, but first of all, a big thank to ourselves, I think, for the people that we are becoming,
Yeah.
uh, really, and thanks to this business. Okay, so I am 54, and you are 57, and
Yes.
even if you don't look like, absolutely.
Thank you.
And what would you say, just to close this interview? What would you say to people watching? Maybe they are in their 50s, and maybe they think that it's too late to start something new or to change in their lives, because maybe they say, "Oh no, I'm too old," uh, or I don't know, whatever. I don't have time. But mainly those ones that they may think that they are too old.
Well, I would say, look at us. Look at us too. You know, we started this business in our 50s.
Yeah,
So we're never too old to start something new. And don't, I'm talking to everybody watching now, and don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't start something new, because you can, no matter what age you are. You just have to have the right mindset and teach your mind and say to yourself, I can do this regardless of anything. I can do it. There's
yeah,
thousands and thousands of people in this online business that didn't know anything about running an online business, but yet they're here, they started, they're growing in their business, and they are changing their lives. So I would say to you, just, you know, if you're interested in starting something like this, then just jump right in. Don't let fear talk you out of it at all.
yeah, yeah. Fear and anybody telling us what we have to do or not to do. We have to just follow our dreams and our heart. Um, and um, this is our journey, and nobody else can say something on our journey. Okay, so guys, this is all for today, and if you would like to connect either with me or with Deborah, you see here there are our the addresses of our web pages where you can register for free, and you will get access to a complimentary webinar, which is absolutely totally free, and you will see how our automated system works in the first part of the business, because we have to tell uh, an amazing news. There's nothing regarding going to chase people to sell. This is not our business. Otherwise, I would not have started it, because I'm not a
No.
salesperson. Absolutely. Just to go back to my band, whenever there is a negotiation to be done with a place where we have to play, I send either the singer or the drummer. I'm not able to send my band. So if I had to sell something in this business, I would have never started it.
Yeah,
Oh,
likewise.
we have Pilar. Ciao, Pilar.
Hey,
Pilar,
hello.
Pilar from Spain. Another beautiful lady that is changing so much and
Yes.
gaining so much confidence in herself. So connect with us, and I was talking about the webinar. First part of the webinar, that is how our system works, the automated system works. In the second part, you will see you will hear amazing stories of digital business owners that will share their experience, and they will tell how this business has transformed their lives. Okay, Debs, I really thank you very much. I'm so happy
You're
uh,
welcome.
to have you to have you here, and I'm
Thank you
looking
for
forward.
having me.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to meet again in our Zoom meetings, or
Yes,
maybe one day in person for sure. It
definitely.
will happen. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, guys. See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.